welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. What I want to do today is talk about coaches and mentors and the importance they are in our lives and the impact they have on us long term. You know, as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about the coaches I've had from a young age, maybe in minor league baseball, all the way up to when I was playing high school sports, football, basketball, to when I rodeoed, to the coaches I have now for business. And they've all had impacts on me in different ways, and some more significant than others, but all of them I can say I've learned something from. You know, as I was thinking about it, I was actually thinking of some of the old stories, reflecting back on different things. And I remember when I was in baseball, I was quite young, and we were traveling from our town to the neighboring city so we could go to the batting cages. And this was a long time ago, and the whole team were all in the back of one of our coach's trucks driving down the road. And I had a glass pop bottle in my hand, and coming the other way was a tractor with a big wagon on behind it. And so, of course, as a young kid, you know, how challenging is that? Could I get that pop bottle in the back of that wagon? Well, I did. It was a steel wagon, and a glass pop bottle shattering in the back of a steel wagon was very loud. And so my memory of those coaches was, as we got to the next bridge, they stopped and hung me by my ankles over the edge, threatened me never to do something that dumb again. So I guess my lesson I learned from them was not to throw pop bottles at vehicles coming down the road. But, you know, some of the other things as I was reflecting on the coaches I've had, because I've had a lot of coaches that I still have a ton of respect for and I still look up to. I remember making something to me at the time was a major decision in my life, that before I made the final decision, I went out to one of my old coaches' houses, the Ralphs, and sat down with one of my old coaches and talked to him about things before I made that decision. And even as a basketball coach today, you know, the players that play for me, you know, some of the defenses we run, some of our plays that we run, those are all things that my coaches taught me. And maybe I've switched things up, but they've all influenced me in the way I coach. They all influenced me in so many different ways. You know, thinking of some of the things that I think I've learned from coaches throughout the years would be integrity, a hard work ethic, accountability. You know, some of those things that they enforced that are still with me today. You know, Tony Robbins says that everybody needs a coach or a mentor, someone that is not a close friend, not a relative, that will hold you accountable and be honest with you. And I think that is very important. If you really want to be successful in life, I think you need someone that'll fill that position for you. Today, what I was doing was reading some work by Steve Chandler, and I actually want to read what he wrote. He says, "To those that have asked me why I have a coach and why I've paid people to coach me through the years, I asked them why should coaching just be for athletes and actors? They reply that athletes and actors can't afford to be average or mediocre. They have to be as good as they can be just to keep their jobs. Greatness to them is linked to their survival. They have to be great at what they do or they're gone." Well, so do we now. The world has gone global. No more whining about outsourcing. If someone in China can do something better than you, game over. To have a great life, you have to be great at what you do. That scares a lot of people, but excites those of us with coaches. Why should I not want to be as good as I can be for my career, even if I'm not a pro athlete? And then they ask, but why do you need to pay for it? Why not do it yourself? Because coaching works, and doing it myself never works the same way. I was okay by myself, but I was never great at anything. And even if I wasn't as great as I could have been with a coach. You know, I reflected on this previously. Right now I have a health coach, and he's not doing things that I couldn't figure out on my own, but he is educated in what he does, he's smart in what he does, and he holds me accountable and makes sure I'm doing the things that I need to be doing. And yeah, I say I couldn't do it on my own, but yeah, he does a lot of things that I couldn't do on my own because of the knowledge he has on how to do certain things. And so what that does is accelerates what I'm doing and makes me better at what he's having me do. Now, as we reflect on different things, a coach not only helps you become great at what you do, I think one of the most important things is the accountability part. Because how many times have you committed to do something? Let's say, how many times have you committed to get in shape? And you did it for a week, and that was it. When you have a coach holding you accountable, you're going to do the things that you need to because you have to answer to them. And it's the same thing in business. When I talk about on Mondays and Fridays about your goals and setting your goals and then figuring out the things you need to do throughout the week to achieve those, having someone that you know is going to be following up with you to make sure you do those things is going to help you to stay on track and be accountable to those things. All right, so there's a few things I want to talk about here. Number one, if you're reflecting on this now and thinking, yeah, coaching is probably something I should look at. Coaching is something I need, but whatever that but is, what's holding you back? What's the thing holding you back from getting a coach or a mentor? Is it the investment? Is it your time? Is it you don't want to admit that you need help? Because, as Steve Chandler was talking about, even the best athletes have coaches for a reason. So if you want to be greatest at what you're doing, you need to consider getting a coach or a mentor. So if this is something you want to talk about, hit me up for a free strategy session. We can talk about some of the things that we work on, some of the strategies we work towards, and see if it's a fit for you. It may or may not be, but the strategy session will at least get you going in the right direction and on the right foot. So you can DM me, say I'm interested, or email me at jeff@jeffheggie.com. Now there's a couple other things that I'm excited about. Yesterday I talked about an announcement I'd be making soon for people, business owners in the service industry. We're going to leave that till the end, but that's really exciting. But one of the things that I've been working on with a bunch of coaches and athletic directors, you've heard me talking about my high achievers mindset secrets. Well, during COVID, during this pandemic, there's been a lot of kids that have really got a raw deal on a lot of things. Athletes that have been committed to their sport for years and years, that their seasons get canceled, that things just aren't working out for them. Well, I've talked about my high achievers mindset secrets before, and I've talked about the team program. But one thing I've been doing now is working with the schools and coaches and the athletic directors. I've put together a special package to work with these young athletes and help them in this team program, going through the high achievers mindset secrets, combined with some one-on-one group coaching. And if you're a coach, if you're an athletic director, any of these things, reach out to me and let's talk about it, and I'll tell you how I've set this up, because I've set it up in a way to support the school at the same time and have some benefits there. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that. And if you want to find out more about the high achievers mindset secrets, go to mindset.jeffheggie.com. Now, before I get to the final thing that I'm excited to talk about, a conversation I had with someone today that listens to these episodes. I know in the background right now you can hear a dog barking, you'll hear other things. I just like to mention it once in a while because I know sometimes we get new listeners and they haven't heard me talk about this. The one thing I like about doing this podcast is it's natural. If you're listening to it rather than watching it on YouTube, I'm sitting in my backyard. So there are going to be times that you hear those dogs, you're going to hear airplanes, you're going to hear vehicles, whatever it might be. So it's not going to always be the best sound quality, but hopefully you can get past that, because that's part of what I really love and enjoy, is just doing that here in my backyard. So the other thing that I'm really excited about, if you are in a service industry, in the home service industry, any of those businesses, and you're looking to take yourself, your business to the next level, We are just launching a new program. Me and my partner in this program, she owns 2 businesses in the service industry. You've heard me talk about my company, Kodiak Mountain Stone, that I started in 2005. We've started a new mastermind group called the Skilled Services Success Mastermind. And it's going to be an incredible group. It's going to be, the founding group is going to be our initial group that we're going to do some amazing things with. So those of you that want to jump in right away, there's a huge discount right now. And it's not going to last. We're only going to open it up for probably 8 to 10 people. And then once that's solidified, then we'll look at opening other groups after that. But if you want to join a group of like-minded people, if you're in the service industry, so many business owners are trying to do everything themselves. They're trying to figure out everything all on their own. And this is a way that we're pulling people together to really accelerate what people are doing and help one another really explode their businesses. You know, everything from the networking to figuring out your taxes, to figuring out how to form an LLC, figuring out how to get more leads, more conversions, increase your profits, all of those things. We're going to be bringing in guest speakers. We're going to be doing so many things. So if you want to find out more about that, go to jeffheggie.com/skilled service success. jeffheggie.com/skilled service success, and you can find out more about that. And if it sounds like a fit for you, there's an application there that you can apply to be part of that. So hopefully you'll check that out. Anyways, focus on getting yourself a coach. Focus on getting yourself a mentor. If you're in the service industry, get in this group. We're going to coach you, we're going to mentor you, and we're going to bring a group of like-minded individuals together that are going to help one another achieve success. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you tomorrow.